What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. Big Meech having his back against the wall after all the allegations continue to pour out against him on social media of the snitching allegations by which he is early released by accepting a time cut. Allegedly, what happens is that, excuse me. So allegedly, what happened is a woman named Tammy Cohen's, who is an associate of Big Meech, is allegedly was working out a deal with the feds to set people up on a third-party snitching thing with Big Meech, by which he would get a time cut as a result of this. Crazy thing about it is we gonna go into some things. So they have a concert coming up in honor of him being released. You know, he was the average rapper person to look up to. You know, we look up to in the hood, drug dealers and gangbangers as our role models and idols. That really need to change. We need to start glorifying people who actually living an honest life and making something big out of that. This cannot be the standard by which we should be raising our children to look up to. Drug dealers, ex-cons, and gangbangers, and shoot-up men, and pimps and hustlers. That is terrible, terrible. And we need to stop those revolving doors. However, so Big Meech want to respond back since 50 is doing a lot of damage control. And in Big Meech response, this is what he had to say. Hold on. This is what he had to say in his response. Let me just bring this down some. Okay. Come on, man. What's going on? Okay. Let me make this a little bit. Okay.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family to come out to the Amaran Arena, February 13th. I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor.
Okay, hold on. He wasn't going to address this, but he had no choice but to, especially when you're dealing with the internet. See, he's been gone for a long time. He don't know how this internet really works. And another thing he don't understand, because people ain't really properly prepping him, if that stuff is out here on you, like it's been clearly shown that it is, you can't hide it. You can't get rid of it. They're going to find it, and they're going to put it up, and you're going to be infiltrated exactly how it's being said about you. That's exactly what's going on here. A lot of things that you can't look. Here's the thing. When a person is popular, when a person is liked and appreciated, sometimes people don't even care about these things. But in this situation with you having an upcoming concert, and a lot of rappers' name is tied into this, rappers who have a gangster image, you had no choice but to address this situation. Because they on record and all their music talking about they don't deal with snitching, no snitching, this and that, cutting snitches off and all this. And if it's being proven that you are a snitch and you told on people and you was involved in setting people up, giving them time, they can't have no dealings with you, even if they do like you, because it hurt their brand and they stop. The problem with what you got going on here is, Meech, is that you can't get around what's being said about you. So allegedly, this is what they saying. That the woman, Tammy Cohen's, worked it with the police on your behalf to set up people. One of the guys was a person who you knew named Cuff, who you no longer associate. See, here's the thing that hurts you. You no longer associate with him. Why is it if you ain't never set the man up, if you don't deal with the man? If you never set the man up, if you never had any ties into setting him up, why you don't deal with him when you were cool with him before? Why you don't deal with him no more since his incarceration? Why ain't you showing him love if that's the case? Another thing, it said that she worked with those people to get you a time cut. You out early, brother. You're supposed to be still locked up. You're out early. So these things don't work in your favor. Also, the paperwork is out here that people read and tying you into the very thing that you're being accused of doing. So it's things like that that you can't get around. And you're not saying this because of this. You're saying this because you want that concert money. And rightfully so. I mean, look, I get it. You a hustler. You were known for hustling, doing your own thing. Let me tell you something. Even if it is said about you being a snitch, which you actually had hands in doing, according to what the paperwork is saying and what people were saying. Look, you got to have a better way of saying things and stop trying to come out here trying to be this dude again, and you don't have to be him no more. You just did 20 years trying to be him, and you lost everything. Just like that. All those millions and millions you had, it's gone. Now you're getting gym shoe packages and boxes to put you back on your feet. Use that to your advantage. Stop trying to fit in. Y'all be doing stupid things. And that pride and arrogance is terrible because y'all still trying to fit in with everybody. Bro, you get back out here and you once again Brandon BMF. How could you even use that name again after you've been indicted on that with so many others? That name is already in the system as a gang organization, mob and drug dealing and all that, and you still using it? You branding it for what? That ain't nothing to brand. I wouldn't brand that. I'd get rid of that. And you still got people trying to do this new version. How could you do a new version of what was already federal out RICO? How you do a new version of that? You can't do no new version of that because anything happened, they're going to tie you right back to that. If anything, you start over with a fresh name that they have to build on that. You already giving them something to build on already because it's already out. That's stupid. There's nothing smart about that in no type of way. I don't know who you brothers be around, and a lot of times people are arrogant and prideful. They don't even like to hear sound advice. You can't brand that name that's already been in all the paperwork and federal documents of what it are. It already means something. It already represents something. You can't clean that up. You can't clean it up. And that's the thing, man. These brothers don't get, man. These brothers, man. Look, that pride is a mud. Just like the Bible say, pride comes before the fall of every man. You can't convince. Let me tell you something. You're not gonna convince this internet that you not no snitch, brother. Okay? You're not gonna convince this internet that you ain't tell on nobody. We not stupid. Okay? A lot of us from the streets also. We understand how this goes. Okay? You're not going to convince us of that. You not. Okay? If anything, just be like everybody else and just make a living off the snitching. Ain't nobody going to do nothing to you. Go ahead and make you a living off the snitching. Start you a channel. Talk about what went on. Talk about all your history. You're going to get a lot of money. You're going to make a lot of views. You're going to get a lot of that. Okay? But you trying to convince us of you not being a snitch, that's not going to work. We smarter than that. Let me give you some reasons why that's not going to work. Again, you saying you didn't snitch, but you out early, and the purpose of the woman working was to get you out early, and you out early. You also have no dealings with the woman because the woman is now putting you on Front Street saying that, hey, she going to put you out on blast. Why you, see what I mean? You also had a relationship with Cuff, and you no longer have a relationship with Cuff, the guy who was speaking from prison saying that he doing 27 years because of you, and it's all in his paperwork. And they telling you where you can find it at, type up the numbers, it's in there, and they giving a whole rundown play for play. See, that's another thing. You don't exonerate yourself in being a snitch. The ones you told on got to say you didn't snitch on them. Same thing with Adi Boom. Oh, no, I ain't never tell on them dudes. Yeah, but the dudes said the dudes is from prison sending kites home and telephone calls saying that you told on them and they got all this time. You want us to believe you over them, the ones that's behind the wall doing the time behind you? Cuff got to free you. Cuff got to do that. And even though he's not the popular one, that the people don't know, but ain't nobody stupid. Why would that man say he doing 27 years behind your actions if it wasn't true? And yet the evidence is him actually being locked up this long. And y'all don't even talk no more as a result of the situation. You ain't tried to show love to this man in no type of way. But you used to be cool with him. You used to know him. You see what's going on here? Like something wrong with that picture, bro. You can't get guys from the streets who really know the truth to believe in what you saying. Come on, man. Ain't nobody stupid. That's common sense, bro. You can't exonerate yourself. The ones who you accused of telling on have to say that. No, he didn't snitch on me. He didn't tell on me. Don't do bro like that. Bro stood firm. Bro stood firm. Bro held it down. Bro did that. But that's not the case. That's not what's being said. And like that man said, like, look, I got 6 kids myself. I'm doing 27 years. I got a family. I was trying to help the man out himself. I was trying to work on his series to get it out, and we had conversation talking to people trying to get it out here. And he said y'all set him up while he was trying to help you out. And now he doing 27 years. How he end up doing 27 years? With the same woman who was coming and visit you, with the same woman who you were talking to. And according to her, you sick to own him. Come on, bro. You ain't finna get people to not believe that. You can't exonerate yourself. Cuff got to exonerate you. Why would that man put that on you like that if it ain't true? He needs your support. He needs your help. He's still locked up. You free. He know you got connections. He need all the help he can get. Why would he put that on you like that when he needs your support, when he needs your help? There's something wrong with that picture. And then you ain't even making it your business to even show the man love. Something wrong with that picture. I don't go from showing you love to then not showing you love at all, acting like you don't exist. Something wrong with that picture, and we can read between the lines. Yeah, definitely some telling went on. Tell it like it is. I'm going to tell it like it is. My name Big Meech. Tell it. I just been briefed. Tell it. They canceled my show. Tell it. Because I told. Tell it. 55, my son. Tell it. I think I'm done. Tell it. I got a time cut. Tell it. Because I set up Cuff. Tell it. He doing 27. Tell it. All over me telling. Tell it. They throwing me a concert. Tell it. I'm all in paperwork. Tell it. Y'all was just happy. Tell it. Now y'all mad at me. Tell it. Why y'all don't even know Cuff. Tell it. I told, so what? Tell it. Y'all like Charleston White. Tell it. Y'all accept Woody. Tell it. But when I tell, how could he? Yeah. You told. Hell. It is what it is. Own it. Own up to it, soldier. Hell, own up to it. You don't know. Hey, look, we living in a different time now. Snitches become popular and y'all get bigger checks. Okay. Y'all become popular and y'all get a lot of big checks. And people don't care. Embrace it. You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't. What you ashamed of it for? Then you shouldn't have done it. But we live in a whole nother era, bro. All of the information is out here and it's found and it's public information. You can't get away from it. You can't escape from it. Nope. So we hear what you saying. We just don't buy into it. And let me tell you something. Congratulations on being out. Let me give you some real advice. Congratulations on being out, but you better fly right. Start mending relationships with your family and children Stop trying to fit in, to be liked and appreciated, because that's not going to happen in this era, okay? Stop trying to be accepted by people. Stop trying to be the man again and get people up under you. Because let me tell you something. Anytime you got grown men who ain't got no problem with being up under you, that's a sign of betrayal. They're going to betray you. They're going to stab you in the back once again. No grown man will humble himself up under another grown man, especially if you're an alpha male. That's not going to happen. No real man would even honor that. I don't even want to be around men who I think is more stronger than me. I don't want to be around men who I believe can beat me up. I don't want to be around men who I believe more gangster than me. No, not at all. It's high and by, okay? I'm just keeping it 100. Anytime you have that and y'all in packs, it's going to always be snitching. It's going to always be betrayal. It's going to always be messing around with the homie girl. Because it's just opportunity waiting to happen. You men are grown, well grown, in y'all 40s, and still trying to live the streets, still trying to fit in with rappers, still trying to embrace and uphold gang. Y'all not seeing the trail that's left behind. Y'all don't see the trail of murder. Y'all don't see the trail of prison incarcerations, men being stripping from their families, children being raised up without their fathers and mamas. Close the revolving doors. Close the revolving doors. Stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to get people to be up under you. Stop trying to look to be worshipped. Stop trying to look to be praised. Want people to praise you, want people to honor you, want people to worship you, living your old days. Oh, remember I used to have it like that? Remember I used to do that? Remember we had this? Remember we had, man, and everybody have sex. 9 times out of 10, if you was grown, you had cars. All these things are just shells. All these things are just shells. If you actually really think about it, it's nothing to brag about. It's nothing to brag about. What's that saying? What you eat don't make me shh. Right. Stuff don't mean nothing. It's all betrayal. But you're not going to get away with what this internet knows. It's just not going to happen, brother. Sorry, it's not. It is what it is. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's a question. It's yours, man. Just say, you ain't going to beat this internet, partner. I'm just keeping it 100. So when you make that statement and say what you said, like, yeah, I'm only doing this. No, you're doing it because you have to do this. You have to. Too much evidence out here. Too much. You had to do that. You should have been quiet because it just make it worse. Because again, some things just common sense. You can't exonerate yourself. The guys who they saying you told on, they got to be the one to free you.